Facebook page, guys, because always a lot of good content on the Facebook page.
Absolutely, absolutely, mate.
Now,
what do we got here?
Let's get into out.
Let's get into some out with it.
Out with it.
Out with it.
Al, can we do out with it? Out with it. So out with it, guys, is anything that gets on our goat during the week. If anything in sports that have just annoyed us, isn't it? Annoyed us. And there's one big thing that's probably annoyed every Australian this week, last week. And that's the World Cup result.
Look, I was annoyed that the Kiwis...
I just heard it. Oh.
I was annoyed that the Kiwis didn't win.
Well, they did win.
Well, they did win.
They did win. Do you know the story?
Yeah, I do. Torpel, the
Australian
umpire.
Hey, Renee. How you going?
How are Renee? He put it straight, mate. He's probably the best umpire they've had in the last decade or more. And facts are facts, mate. Bottom line is the guy Stokes, actually born in New Zealand.
Yep.
That's a little bit of an eerie thing, isn't it?
That's
born
eerie.
in New Zealand, hits the ball, gets 2 runs.
Yep.
Dives in on the second, ball comes in, hits the bat. What's it do, Jeff? Goes for 4. What do? The Clowns count as a 6.
Yep. Should have been 5.
It should exactly right.
Should have been
Guess
5.
who wins?
New Zealand by 1 run.
Exactly right. So they got it wrong, mate. So they'll Poms and done it again, mate. I don't know. That's probably not their fault, but the people that are running it, it's a little bit like our, what happens with our football when they're kicking goals and they can't get that right.
Score review.
But this is pretty poor, I think, because he said they definitely made a mistake. There was a couple of little funny things in the game too, where I think the New Zealand guy was on the ropes, put his foot there, and all he had to do was jump, throw it in, and it could have hit the ground, and they would have got 2-3 runs. Even if he had his foot on the rope and went like that, tapped it in and got 4, New Zealand still win. So...
out with it.
Still funny things there, mate. But anyway...
That's pretty ordinary. For such a tournament that goes over so long, what was it, 3 months? And it comes down to a semi-final, sudden death gone, bang, final, and then they get it wrong anyway.
I've got one part of you out with it, and I've interfered with what you're saying there.
Not at all.
Matthew Wade, mate, absolutely robbed. Tell me how come he didn't get in for Hanscom?
He didn't get in? Oh, yeah, for that.
Seriously, the guys hit all the runs, and they didn't put him in.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Served himself right.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't get in. And I'm not to say that he would have made a hell of a lot of difference, but he would have got better than the
I reckon he would,
than the donuts that
the way he's been
that Hanscom has got. So he might even get in the. Do you reckon they could put him in the test?
How can you not? How can you not?
Well, he's dominating over there, so give him a go.
In the Ashes thing.
Because the Poms are going to put in that the opener. Trying to think of his name now.
Glenn Cleaver.
No, Corey's not Corey. No, he's not landscape. What's his name? Starts with D. Any rate, the boys will think of it in a minute.
There you go.
The opener for England, fellas. Anyway, he normally plays limited over, but they reckon he's going to open up in the tests. Roy.
Oh,
not Rob. Roy.
Andrew Simons. Roy.
Roy.
Yeah, no, I know you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Roy.
Not Rob Roy.
No.
Well,
who?
Jason Roy.
Jason Roy.
See?
There you go.
They know more than what we do.
That's why we have an audience.
Thanks for that.
Make up for what we do.
Roy's in. They reckon he's in, mate. And I'll tell you what, he smashed us from all parts of the ground. So hopefully he's not good with the red ball.
Right.
There you go. What was you going to say?
I've got another one for out with, and I just said before, guys out there, that we don't just do... Oh, it's a froth. We don't just do rugby league and AFL on the show. We do all sports, and I just wanted... Oh, there goes another one. I just wanted to sort of clarify how far we do go with sports, because I've got something out with it that's really got me annoyed this week.
Okay,
and I hope this annoys you guys too, because his name is Igor's Russos, all right? He's a grandmaster chess player.
Keeps it pretty close, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. He does. He's been caught cheating. Come on, Igors.
Oh, this is the guy.
Is it Igors or Igors?
I think you mentioned this the other... Yeah.
Got caught on the toilet on his phone. So he's in the middle of the big match at the end, and he's one match, move away from...
Do they drug test chess players?
Well, who would know? He's one move away from what do they call it? Thank you very much. Those packets of thingos, yes. And that's how I remember them anyway. Hey? Yeah. And he's gone. I've got to have a break. Got to go to the toilet. And he's gone to the toilet. Someone's gone and taken a photo of him. And he's actually on his phone cheating for his next move. So
And the guy, it's like me last week, mate. I didn't get any privacy in the toilet either.
Well,
Ended up on your show.
You didn't.
Might have been taking photos of me in there too, mate. And I'll tell you what, that would have been a shock to the system.
If you didn't see the frock last week, Gleno rang. Did we ring you or you rang us? I
can't remember.
Yeah, you said I've got a hold of it.
It was pretty
rang
it was
Glenn.
pretty loud in there. I can't remember.
Yeah, so
No.
Igors or Igors, he could have won $1,130 for the Strasbourg Open.
Open, yeah.
So that's how much they're playing for in chess these days. $1,000, yeah. So get a hold of it, Eagles. No more cheating, mate.
Well,
He should be banned from chess. Full stop.
Mate, if you cheat, you're like Ben Johnson and all them, mate. You're out.
Ben Johnson, we're going back a bit.
Well, exactly.
Hey, super cheat. Golden shoes. You got anything else for out with it, mate? Or?
Oh, out with it. Well, I don't know. Well, it's.
Well, go on, do it. Get it over and
You
done.
want me to do it?
I'll do it. Have an apology because you're feeling sad.
Righto. This is about the Adam Goods documentary. Now, I didn't see it, so I'm going to be straight down the line. I didn't see it, but for anyone that did, it was on Channel 10.
Anyone here
last
seen
night.
it?
Did you watch it? Anyone? No.
No.
I didn't know it was. If I knew it was on at that time, I would have watched it. But it's fair to say that anyone who watched it, they were left stunned, mate, because I changed my mind a little bit with this. The guy's a champion, a Brownlow medalist, and obviously the way he was treated the last couple of years was bloody ordinary.
I agree.
Now, I commented, didn't I, on the show going back that I was at a game with my family, Leah and the kids.
Yep.
We're going back years, a long time ago now, but we were sitting in behind the goals, and I can remember when the booing, as I thought, started, which was he did a misdemeanour behind play.
Knock someone out.
Oh, he didn't do that. It wasn't much. He didn't. No, he knocked him over. But of course, being good Hawthorn supporters, we booed him, which you're allowed to do.
Which is unusual.
Which
Because
is-
all the
well-
supporters normally throw knives over them.
Well, possibly.
So booze.
But no, they booed him. So, and that was fair enough. If you hit someone behind play or something like that, you normally, it doesn't matter who you play for, you normally cop a little bit of stick from
course
the
you do.
opposition. And I thought that's, to me, and I was sitting in amongst Sydney people, just in behind the goals there, and I thought, well, that's what it's all about. But it just gathered momentum. So he got booed for the rest of the game, and then the next week, he played the Blues, Corey, I think. And at any rate, it was up at the SCG. So, and that's where all hell broke loose. I think I've got that right. I think it was the Blues.
Good.
But
That'll
at any rate, he obviously there was the bit where, he did the spear throwing
the
and all
war
the rest
dance.
of it, and the war dance, and that's fair enough. That's their culture. And Eddie Maguire started with
Said
his
what he
little
said. Yeah.
misdemeanours, and so it grabbed a little bit of momentum. And then the next week, it was the young lass in behind the goals that called him something over the fence. But apparently, there's a lot more to it. So I reckon there'll be a rerun of that documentary. I think it's worth everyone having a look at it. But to his family and everyone who probably should have supported him, and they didn't.
Well, his family didn't.
Gil McLaughlin. No, the AFL didn't get behind him. At any rate, I was just going to say he was a champion bloke. He is a great Indigenous person, and all the best to him, mate.
Can I just throw in?
But you can make
I'm with you.
mistakes.
I'm with you.
This is everyone went through that, and we all. I think everyone had made a blue with it.
I've just got to throw this in because I'm a
So
firm...
that was my out with it.
No, nice. I like it. But I've got to say that probably 95% of the population were booing him for his actions on the field. 5% probably were doing it for racism. And
Well, we're never gonna know.
That 5% needs to go.
I think
they need to go.
But I think
Where
I
are they
think.
going to go?
Well, somewhere else.
I think I'm not gonna comment on that until I see that documentary,
Well,
because I think there might be a lot more to it. And from what I can gather and what I read, there's a lot to it. So the way he was treated, it goes a lot deeper than that. So anyway, we'll try and get it. I'll watch it, and we'll try and get a bit more on that.
No worries.
But there you go.
That's out with it.
That's out with it.
Out with it! Man, I don't know if you saw it or not, but on the weekend, our great mate, Alex Peroni, you guys seen the Alex Peroni interview? He's been in here.
Yeah, mixed bag, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Saturday he qualified pretty high in the field. If you don't know Alex Peroni out there.
It started at 21 or 22 in the group to
Yeah,
start
21
with.
out of 30.
Where did he finish, mate?
30, 21.
21. Where did he finish?
He got through to 10.
How good's that?
He had a good run.
I mean, to get through the field, up against some world class kids, which they are.
Showed some good speed and
Showed
good
some
skills.
guts and that.
Just in case you don't know Alex Peroni, have a look on our past interviews, guys, and you'll see an interview we did with Alex Peroni, Australian Formula 3 race car driver, destined to be a Formula 1 race car driver, hopefully Australia's next Formula 1.
Yeah.
And he's showing good speed. Glenn is doing well. Sunday, not so good.
No, it was a bit of a blowout
So
there.
he started in 10th position and didn't get a lot of showing on the TV on Fox 506. Not that they sponsor us, but anyway. But
That's 506, was it?
Channel 506 on Fox.
Yeah.
But he started off in 10th on the grid, and he just started going slowly back and back and back and back, and he got to 21st, and then he just dropped out of the race, and he got collected by another driver. Bent his steering,
So we don't know if there was anything wrong with the car, though.
Oh, it bent his steering. So he was forced out of the race by someone hitting him. But Alex is doing a champion job, and get behind him, guys. If you get on his Facebook page and have a chat with him and talk to him, and he's a unbelievable.
He's a champion kid, and all he can do, mate, is keep getting in the car and keep giving it his best shot.
Next race for Alex is in Hungary on the 2nd to the 4th of August in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay.
So get on, guys. It's normally on about 6:30, 6:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, and just quickly, what a weekend for England, because they had where they had the Wimbledon on, they had the British Grand Prix on, and they had
got the netball.
Well, yeah, it's just it's all happening. So,
and women's cricket.
Yeah. Yes, I wish
World
I'd been
Cup
there last night.
Well, they're doing well. I don't know what final score they were. When I last had a look, they were 3 for 200 and something. 260 something.
About 4 o'clock this morning I was watching.
Healy was still in, I think. Or
Perry.
Healy.
Yep. Lewis Hamilton. He's 6th British Grand Prix he won.
Yeah, there was a bit of a prang in that, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think there
Vettel
was. Ricardo finished in 7th position in his Renault.
So we don't know if he's going to stay. We don't know if he's going to stay with Renault.
No, he won't stay, mate.
Yeah, stay or go.
He won't stay. So,
okay.
But while you're talking about netball, here we go. Netball.
Can't shut Glenn up. He talks about netball all the time.
Glenn loves his netball.
What netball?
Australia played New Zealand in the netball and won by 1 point. One point. Now, I didn't watch it, but I believe all you netball supporters out there. Yeah, Falau.
She flicked. She's the big, tall.
Missed the shot for the win, and Australia comes in, romps it in 50-49.
Absolute star. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Australia won that because the fact that the two teams dominated. They've been dominating it, but they'll both be in the semi-final, both of them, even though we won. So so well done to both, and. We might win that. I was just going to say we might win that.
It's the
Australia.
First time we've covered netball on the Frothy. You know that?
Yeah.
First time.
I'll tell you what, I look like a rover out there. You seen how tall that?
I'm just thinking if you want a skirt, it's not good. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. What do you got there, Sunshine? What's going on?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go over to golf. The British Open's on. That's also over there.
Why don't they call it the British Open?
Well, I know it's in
Ireland.
Ireland.
Open.
It's in Ireland.
I know it's in Ireland. First time in 68 years.
It's called the Irish Open.
Did you know that?
No.
Did you know that? First time in 68 years it's been held at this course.
It is. 1951.
51 and 68.
Yeah. Royal Portrush.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, teeing off, shocking conditions. I watched a bit of it. I watched a lot of it.
Surprised you didn't play.
Anyway. I hit a few down the paddock late this afternoon, mate. It didn't do any good. A little bit like Rory and Tiger, actually, struggled.
Yes.
I struggled. They teed off, and fair to say, Rory's being a Northern Ireland boy. He was the hometown advantage favourite. And at any rate, Woodsy, he's gone off the first and hooked it straight into the bushes. And he tried to hack it out of there, and apparently...
really? Back's gone?
Well, back not too good, and anyway, he looked a bit uncomfortable, so he went on and hit his second shot out of the rough. After his 18 holes, he finished 7 over, 78, his worst opening round in the British Open.
Time to give it away.
He made 4 bogeys and a double bogey in a span of 6 holes, so his only bogey came in on the par, which was on the 15th, which is... Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, bogey. Yeah, par 4. You're right.
Different. No, different bogey. I'm
Par
sorry.
4. You know, which the only birdie was on the 15th, which was a par 4.
Yep.
And he birdied that. Now Woods, he claimed afterwards that he was a bit crook. So I don't know how he's going to go for the rest of it, mate. But
did you hear about Duval?
Well, he was worse. He was worse than both of them put together.
He's actually he hit
He 90 something, though. He
well,
91 off the
14
stick.
over par. He was.
Well, I didn't even go as far as him because I thought we'd be there all night. But
Oh, sorry. He hit a 9 over par
He did.
on the 14th. So in one hole,
In one hole.
he hit a 9 over par.
yeah, that's a triple. Yeah, well, triple.
Triple.
It is.
So not good.
That's it. They said our company.
It's not good.
We could.
What?
We would have done better than that.
I reckon we beat him.
Okay. Rory, he finished. Was his worst, at any rate. He finished one worse than Woods.
Yep.
Oh, Rory,
Yep.
he was worse. He hit it out of bounds.
Yep.
He got an unplayable lie. It got worse. He hit a 34-year-old lady who was there and hit her in the guts.
Really?
Yeah, broke a phone as well. They were mobile, so
that's
she
a bit
couldn't.
nasty,
She couldn't.
Rory.
She couldn't get any help. So
Who's
she
his
broke.
golf club?
No, yeah, the ball. The
No,
ball's
no,
hit
no,
her.
So,
The
no,
ball's
his
hit
golf
her.
club.
No, the ball's hit her.
No, it was his knee. He went over a knee.
Knee and jerk. Anyway, hit a quadruple. A quadruple. That's what we're trying to say, isn't it? Bogey 8. He got. And to make matters, well, as I said, he hit the spectator, so he was having a shocking round, mate. But when he was a young 16-year-old like yourself, he hit 61. He held the record at that course in the 2014 British Open. So when he was an amateur, he was only an amateur then.
So what do they just call it? The Open? They don't actually call it the British Open.
I know. I don't know. Well, it's not. Well, it's British. But
If you know out there, guys, let me know because I don't know.
Yeah, but at any rate, the leaderboard. So straight off that, JB Holmes, the USA, the big fella, 5 under. Shane Lowry, 4 under.
It's not the first time Holmes has been called a big fella.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know that was a joke.
Yeah, what?
You got onto that, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Shane Lowry, he the Irish boy.
Yes.
Well, he's a big fella too, actually, I think. But he's from Ireland. He's 4 under. And Australia's Jason Day and Cameron Smith.
Yes.
Not the rugby player.
No.
Finished
400
1
games.
under. So that's not bad.
Yeah,
but,
they did all right.
Jake McLeod, I don't know Jake, but he finished +5, and poor old Adam Scott and Mark Leishman, they're with Tiger on 7+7.
Football.
So, but it's still only early, mate. I mean,
Not
I
for
don't
them.
know if Rory can come back. I
That's-
don't know if those boys can come back, but
That's a Mr. Coke.
you've got a gap like that, and everyone's on -3.
Yeah.
So the rest of the field, I didn't go on about
If you're that far
That's
behind.
why
mate.
it's called an open.
exactly, but very trying conditions, Jeff.
It must be.
I mean, those scores for champion golfers that they are, and it was blowing, mate, and it's right on the beat. A little bit like us playing a barn boot.
I'm just thinking
It's very much like
it
that.
must be time for you and I to have a frothy challenge on the golf course.
Well, I reckon it is. I don't know how we're going to go, but
Well, we haven't played
Better
golf
go to the
about
driving
3
range
years,
first.
so.
The big golf course is
But yes.
so yeah, that,
There you
so
go.
that
There's
was,
the golf, and that's
that's a bit
on
of
again
golf.
tonight at
it's
3
it's on
o'clock in the morning
later.
or something.
When I'm usually asleep in the recliner, probably about around that time. Yeah. 11:30.
Now, just quickly, talking about Cameron Smith, mate.
Cameron Smith, yeah.
During the week, he's actually played his 400th game for Manly. Not for Manly, for
The mighty Melbourne
Storm. Thank you very much, audience.
And yeah,
Go on.
No, what are you going to say?
No, I was just going to say it's his 400th game. He's beaten Terry Lamb's 350 games, which thought was going to be the benchmark forever.
And he got all the thanks around the world, didn't he, about it? Because he's the champion.
We did. He did. Cooper Cronk was
Cooper Cronk,
361 games.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, go on.
And what are you going to say about that?
Well, what?
Cooper Cronk.
Hey,
They don't get on.
You know what I was going to say about that?
They don't get on.
Cooper Cronk. He's got
That
2
was-
last names.
I know, but they were best. We had. It's like
Sounds like something you do to start.
I've thrown him. 2 last names. Cooper and
Cooper
Cronk.
and Cronk. Well, the boys were best mates.
Were they?
So were you going to mention that?
No, it wasn't.
Well, they don't get on, mate. And with all the times that they played together for the Storm and everything else, in his speech and that, he never once mentioned him. And the boys, no, the women have had a little bit of a...
Should I get upset about this or not?
No, but I'm just letting you know that they don't get on, and he wasn't asked to go to his testimonial, and they're no longer mates.
Well, I've changed my thoughts now on,
Well,
on Cameron Smith. I thought he was a really nice guy.
No, he is, but...
And you're making him out to be not really nice
no,
at all.
Cronk roughed him up in the last game.
Did he?
I think we mentioned it.
We did.
One of the last games.
We did.
He roughed him up.
Probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Well done,
But
Cameron
they were
Smith.
best of mates, but they're not anymore.
Well, he's
So I
done
just want to
everything,
tell you
hasn't
that.
You know that, don't you?
He has done everything.
Eh?
He's absolute star. Who does he barrack for, mate? Hang on, I'll tell you. I won't even open my mouth. So he barracks for, mate?
Who?
Cameron Smith.
Who? I didn't see it.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to look away now, they used to say that.
Cowboys player.
Yeah.
Matt Scott, going to retire from rugby league. In tears today. Don't know if you guys saw it
Is
or
he?
not, but he's made his announcement that he's
okay.
finished the
He's
game.
gone, finished?
Absolutely in tears. Must be really hard for these guys when they do their press conference on their last game. He's been playing since 2004, so quite a long time.
That's a long time. And let's face it, I mean, no one gets hit harder than rugby players. They're mad.
But I was just going to say, like, you're playing in a team environment, and you're with these guys all the time. You live with these guys, are your brothers and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And you get to the end of your career after 15, 16 years, whatever it is, and it'd be a pretty sad, emotional time to go. So.
Yeah. So
Right, Jeff, do you need tissue?
No, I'm all right. I'm good.
do you want me to go a little bit more on rugby if you want?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, the Broncos. There you go, mate.
I wouldn't be putting that on my face. You know that's been.
Yeah.
You know how bad the Broncos have been going this year.
The Broncos have been ordinary.
Okay. Well, they're coming good. So they beat the Canterbury Bulldogs 28-6. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last night.
In a brilliant performance, and they moved to 9th on the ladder. They're in striking distance.
Who? Brisbane?
Yeah, they're in striking distance of the finals.
There's
mate.
only 9 people in the game.
It keeps their season alive.
19.
But what the other thing is, it must be a great female theme tonight, because even after that big win, they were upstaged. You know by what, don't you? The NRL referee.
Yeah.
And you know what the young lady's name is? Belinda Sharp.
She's
the first, after 111 years of rugby league in Australia, she's the first female referee to make it into first grade. So well done to her. So she was first called up to a on-field role after becoming a touch judge in 2014. And then she broke into the game the other night, but she was on the old Matty John show, and you know John.
I'm glad you said show, but yeah, go on.
Oh, okay. Met him actually.
Yeah.
In the casino one night.
Yes.
He's shorter than me.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are all quite small.
He's only short, but he's solid.
Because of what they keep running into each other. That's why.
No, he would have been too busy on his phone.
Anyway, him and Jonathan Thurston's. He said what a good job she did. So she umpired. She had the Canterbury game.
Yeah.
And I reckon she's done a stellar performance.
Well,
so that's breaking news,
Stellar.
mate. So now we've got female umpires doing the AFL
Rugby league.
League. Do they do soccer? Does anyone know? Do they do soccer?
Who watches soccer?
Yeah, probably.
Someone.
Well, actually, funny enough, you mentioned that. Did you? I actually watched the soccer. I don't watch soccer. I watched the soccer. I turned over the other night. Did you know that Manchester played Leeds in Perth?
Oh yeah, good, yeah. And what happened?
Oh, that was 4. Was it 4-0? 4-0, wasn't it?
There was a result.
The Red Devils.
Stop
I know what I'm talking about.
Being mean. I'm being horrible tonight. I shouldn't be.
No, well they smashed them. It was a bit of a friendly. It's not very friendly when you win 4-0.
Talking about a smashing, Glenn.
Oh, there was fights too, unusually in the crowd, mate.
Oh,
unusually in the crowd.
I thought you were going to say in the soccer itself.
No,
because you know what a fight like in the soccer, isn't it?
There's plenty of pads there in the front.
Take me to the hospital. I've broken my nail.
Toenail.
Stop it.
Okay, that's a tough sport, mate.
Your good mate, Cameron Smith, in the rugby league.
Oh, the rugby league.
Rugby league player. Yeah. Just talking about being smashed. Actually, his 400 game was against your team, the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah.
40 points to 16. Thank you very much. Flogging. Gone. Sharks
We're just
in trouble.
we're trying to help out, Cameron. 400s.
And while we're talking about in trouble, we might as well start talking about AFL, mate.
Now we might as well get onto it.
Dan, do you want to get going there and have a talk?
We'll get it on. We'll get onto the footy.
All right, we'll get this over and done with.
Okay, let's go with it. What have you got?
Ask a question, Dan.
Collingwood stunned West Coast, all right?
Let's get out of the way. Who does Dan go for?
Brisbane thumped Port Adelaide. You saw that last week, right?
Yeah.
And then...
Blues beat Sydney.
Yeah, the Blues. Hey, 4 in a row? You on the march?
3 in a row.
Oh, 3 in a row.
3 out of 5.
Oh, I thought you... Okay, nice.
Essendon robbed North Melbourne.
There was a game with Essendon and North Melbourne, and North Melbourne...
Should have you won that, mate?
And Tip and Woody.
Should have you won that?
Did
you see? Why didn't you pick him up?
What? Don't ask me. Ask
He wouldn't look good in blue and white.
Ask the coach.
What was the final score for that one?
1 point. 1 point or something.
It's 1 point. It's got to hurt, doesn't it?
It's, you notice Carl's being very quiet over here because the Gold Coast Suns were obliterated at the hands of Adelaide.
I thought they were playing in Darwin. Gold Coast.
I know. 95 points, Carl. What's going on at the Gold Coast? Is it time for Gold Coast to move to Tasmania?
No, I think there's a few coaches that have summed them up. You know what one guy said? He reckons that they ought to get rid of all their first round picks. You know, all these young stars that they've just picked up. Get rid of them. Get some older heads in there, ready-made footballers, and start building a side around that. They're struggling, Carl. I'm sorry. When I have a go at you, but
he's not on his head. He's not
really struggling.
He's not on his head.
Poor old Stewie Jew, mate. He hasn't got much hair. He's pulling out what he's got left.
Stewie Jew looks good in the paddock.
He does.
Yeah.
He's actually probably only a kilo shorter than
Awful premiership player, isn't
he is. Only a little bit lighter than when he was kicking all the goals.
Well, he is. Ross Lyon reckons he's
Absolute star.
defined. He's going to keep his spot. He reckons he's staying no matter what.
He is.
And I think that's wrong, personally.
Well, he's
We say what we think on this show, right? You probably noticed.
Well, I don't think they want him there. In Perth, they don't want him.
I don't think Ross Lyon's got it anymore. I think it's time for Ross to go.
He's
You're
got to
probably
go.
right.
Well,
Defence. That's all he does.
He cops a bag, and in Perth, mate, they want to get rid of him. That the supporters do. And then after, who did they play on the weekend, mate?
Don't say anything.
Oh, how'd they go?
Actually, funny enough, I was up there, but would you believe that? I actually went up to the game with my family. We had a damn good weekend up there.
Yeah.
But got even better Saturday afternoon. But what's his name? The
Hawthorn player.
Fife. They put him forward, and he got roughed up a little bit. So we didn't make it too easy for him. And Ross has come out after the game, and I mean, how many good players get tagged?
All of them.
Exactly. And so what happened? A little bit of a whinge after the game, mate.
Ross did?
Yeah, a little bit. He said
Did
that
you see his press conference?
Give it
he
away,
did.
Ross.
He did. He got roughed up a little bit.
There was
So
no photo being taken.
Daniel Howe give him a little bit of a couple of just a little bit bargy stuff, nothing too serious. And at any rate, he said if the umpires don't look after him, mate, they will. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
What does that mean? They're going to hire a hitman or something?
Don't know.
Sounds a bit like it.
Really?
Don't know.
Eddie McGuire's on their way.
You mess with my boy, we're coming after you.
That's it. That's it.
It's a game of football,
So
guys.
I'd say that.
Really?
But he did play. He satar. He did dominate. He dominated too when he was there for 1 quarter.
Who?
5.
Oh, yeah, you
But
don't.
but who won the game? No, of course.
No, it was only 3 men. I think they've lost 4 or
What do you
5 in a
mean
row
only
now. Have they 4 straight losses they've had?
Yeah, I think their confidence is smashed now.
Yeah, well, you must have done it.
There's a little bit of singing over the fence.
Now, listen, two weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we brought it here live here on the Frothy that I didn't think Alan Richardson was going to survive as the St Kilda
You were
coach.
right.
Isn't he
And
diehard?
bingo, Alan Richardson.
Do you think that's
no.
fair or not? Do you think he
It's
should have
Alan
stayed?
Rickman.
Do you think he should have stayed to the end of the year?
I think he's been pushed like a Brad Scott scenario.
Well, there wasn't. If you really think about it, St Kilda wasn't going that bad. They've had that many injuries. You know, they've had your guy there.
They're actually going to ask for a priority. Thanks.
Priority.
Thank you very much. Pick
Yeah.
because they've had so many injuries during the year. No, you did better. You did better than me. Hello, Froth. You did better than me. So they're actually going to ask for a priority pick.
Ah, well done. We got it. That's the third time.
This is the trophy for language.
Hey, have a look at
Big
that.
words on the frothy.
That is a minor premiership and grand finalist, 1977. Thanks for coming.
1977.
So when North
about
Melbourne
you.
won the grand final, I won a grand
I
final.
was at the replay.
Who for?
The Vultures, Malcolm
Oh, the Vultures.
up in Brisbane.
Well, while you were doing that, I was at the replay, North Melbourne and Collingwood, which we spoke about with.
You'll learn that next week.
Didn't we? Oh, well, we won't say anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Alan Richardson is gone. Michael Voss has put his hand up for it.
Yes, and Koshy's had a bit of a crack. Mate.
He's not happy.
He's not happy. He's on his show in the morning.
You're our assistant coach, and you're going to stay.
What do you?
Bald-headed flog.
Isn't he? He is a bald.
Well, he is. I
agree.
because the coach, you're
I
quite
totally
right.
agree.
Corey's right, because the coach has turned out and said, no, we reckon you've done a brilliant job for us. Good luck to you.
That's no froth.
No, I mean, Hinkley said you should be able to go out and
Yes.
get a job at Carlton or wherever he's going for. And
Now word is
Whatever job.
Brett Ratton might be going back towards Carlton.
You've had to talk to him.
You happy with that?
they had it, yeah.
Oh, there you
He's
go.
not. He's put his. He's thrown his hat in the ring, mate.
It's gone there.
What is Koshy going to say?
Because he's the CEO of Port Adelaide. Yeah, CEO
So
of
you really
Collingwood.
is a flog.
He was white range AFL, mate.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Journalist though?
That is true.
Yeah, I know.
But,
Not a really good one.
Yeah, so that's interesting though. You're right. I mean, it's going to be very interesting, mate, to see. I think I had a little bit there with the footy. Who's going to coach who? Do you think Shaw will get the job at? I do too. At
Yeah, I
North
do.
Melbourne,
Yeah, I do.
Kangaroo.
It'll save us a hell of a lot of money, and
He's doing a good job.
I'm glad.
Teague's
I'm
doing a
glad.
good job at Carlton, by the way, Corey.
Oh,
Would you?
Green too.
Well, he
Disappointing.
could
though.
be. Look, he's done over 12 years. So what's your apprenticeship? How long has that been
I
to
know,
go for?
but Chris Judd's come out during the week and said that we don't want a babysitter.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
now
that's
he's
pretty
retracted.
hard. That's pretty-
He's retracted. He retracted. He
Journey
said
back to the West Coast.
he retracted, didn't he? He said it's something about training wheels and all that. But
Training
he's retracted
wheels.
it.
Yeah.
Juddy, that's harsh.
He's
That is harsh.
he's been a few noses there down at Carlton, I think, of late, and
He's got a big nose himself. He's the big bald eagle.
well, he has. He got a broken in a surfing accident. And he went away with what's her name, Rebecca. Went away with Rebecca to Broome, and thought he'd have a go on the surfboard, mate, and did break his nose. So that's probably what he's been.
Well, that's karma. That's karma for you, Juddy.
Bring Jack Elliott back.
Yeah. Pig's ass.
Jeez. You got any more on AFL, mate?
AFL. No, I was just going to say with the coaches.
Yeah.
St Kilda, so do you think they'll go for a favourite son there? Bring a Robert Harvey back, or
Oh, how good would that be?
Brett Ratton?
Actually, Robert Harvey, yeah, why wouldn't you? He's
Well,
been,
he's at
been our
Collingwood.
assistant coach at Collingwood for-
He's been there for a long time. So
Yeah. Geez, if you're a St Kilda supporter out there and you're watching the show, make a comment below and tell us if you'd be happy with Robert Harvey as your coach. Because I would. And
yeah,
I'm not
and
even a St Kilda
I
supporter.
was just going to say, I reckon the next person that's going to be in a little bit of strife might be the Melbourne coach. Because they, I had them fourth. So obviously, with our tipping over there, mate, I've done no good. Exactly.
I think everyone. That's the biggest.
So we're just going
that's
to
the biggest
ask, we're just going to
disappointment of
ask the
season.
audience. This is only my opinion because that doesn't mean much at all, does it? But I reckon Geelong will play Richmond in the grand final.
Oh, I reckon Hawthorn will play Gold Coast.
I reckon Geelong and Brisbane.
Where's that?
Oh, here we go. Geelong, Brisbane.
Where's that other head of mine?
Yeah, no. Glenn's full on Richmond back into the grand
No,
final.
I think
again.
I'm actually tipping. You heard it first. I'm picking. They will be the dark. They're going to win the
He's
grand
even
final.
highlighted it.
Highlighted.
So
They will
it's
win
in.
it. So what else was I going to say there?
I can honestly say that I don't care because I'm not going to be there.
Oh.
Well, Essendon, where are you guys in the final? Where are you going to get to?
Quietly.
Top 8? You going to make 8?
The eight.
Beverage.
If we win tonight, we'll be on fifth. If
Do you
we
want a
lose,
drink?
we'll go to 10th. So
See?
it's still close to tell.
Ours quite right. I just mentioned beverage.
Yeah.
Do I want another? No, I've got two going.
Right?
No, I'm not.
No, but beverage that plays for the coaches, the Dogs.
Someone's after him, one of the
No,
teams.
yeah, but he's just signed on
The
2023.
Okay.
So he's not going.
Right.
No, St Kilda wanted him back.
Yep.
St Kilda asked about him. Jack Darling, he signed on for 5 years.
Thanks, sweetheart.
That's all right. Yeah, he signed on for 5 years.
5 more years for Jack Darling.
Yeah, so he'll die there.
I was just about to say, how old is he? Old as
I don't know.
obviously
But
old.
He's pretty old.
He'll finish there, and
Goodness gracious.
round 18 tonight, Adelaide versus Essendon.
Where is
Who
that?
do you reckon will win, Jeff?
Where is that? Adelaide. It's
I
in
think
Adelaide.
it's in Adelaide.
Oh, I don't want to upset everyone here because they're all Essendon supporters, but I reckon
Yeah,
Adelaide.
the Crows.
Adelaide at home.
So what do you guys think?
So think they're all one-eyed bloody Bombers supporters. What do you
Well,
think?
I'm looking at the ins and outs. So Hurley, can you cover Hurley?
Ugh.
Razio's gone.
Razio's gone.
Fantasia.
Sounds like a Disney film.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, it's going. I tell you what, if Essendon win tonight, I'll make it about. If Essendon win tonight, Adelaide are gone.
All right.
Like gone.
I thought you were going to say you're going to do the show naked or something.
No.
Naked and Afraid.
No.
That's a different channel.
I hope no one was filming in the toilet, mate, when you heard me on there last night.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Anyway,
There's the guy from the froth.
so
He's a little man.
who do you think will win the grand final? Who do you think? I mean, because you're jumping on Geelong, who's going to get done on Sunday.
I can't go for anyone else but Geelong. They're just the form team all year, and
You don't
they're
think there'll be a
sensational. Petey Wood, if you're out there listening, mate, Geelong all the way. Hey, West Coast? No.
Nat and Nui out for 6 weeks. Actually, they could. They get them all back.
Without him last year.
Yeah,
They did win without him. Yeah,
They
you're
did.
right. And
Jeez, you're lining up for his job here, I tell you.
wouldn't be hard. There's a few lining up last. Right?
But no, look, I think
Got to have 2
I
weeks.
just,
That's why we're having a spell, isn't it? So I can get my act together.
yeah, well, it is. It is. I just don't think you can go past Geelong. I don't know who they're playing against, whether it's West Coast or Richmond or whatever it is, but I think Geelong's going to be too strong.
Okay.
So-
Geelong. So it's Geelong, Richmond, and
West Coast.
and West Coast.
Well, between the three of them,
Right, might have a carton on
maybe
Might have
Melbourne.
a carton on
Anyway, that's AFL, guys.
Do better with that than me horse racing. mate. I'm
Well,
talking about that.
please tips.
Jeez, close
Mate,
tips.
let's talk a little bit about
Disastrous.
cricket. Cricket.
Anyway, yes. What
Wanna
have
do
you
some
got on
cricket?
the cricket, mate?
I just wanted to say that obviously we talked about it before and in out with it that England beat New Zealand.
What a bad day that was.
Look, the whole thing was always touted to be Indian versus Australia. That's what they thought the World Cup final was going to be. That's what it probably should have been, but with rain and everything that
But our
happened.
cousins, so they should have got the job done. shouldn't
They are well, yes.
Not
yes.
Australian cousins, Tasmanian cousins. 'Cause we're not part of, are we?
Queensland cousins.
Are we? Part of. Are we? Not part of Australia.
No.
No, and they're just off to the a little bit that way, aren't they?
Oh, now I got what you mean.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So
Right.
our cousins.
Gotcha.
Not getting political, was it?
David Warner's been snubbed from the team. Did you see that?
No. What? No. So that's breaking news, Jeff.
Not from the Australian team, but from the World Cup team, the
Oh.
best of the best.
Did they pick a best team?
They do, and Mitchell Stark and Alex Carey, Wayne Carey's brother, made the team.
They made it, yeah.
But there was no room for David Warner, despite him finishing second on the run scoring.
Wow.
Now the guy's done his time.
Yeah.
He's done his time, and they're still penalising him. You know that
Well,
is,
they
that
copped
is
the
wrong.
fair
So
stick over there, didn't they? Every time they, even when Smith, I mean, he didn't do too bad. And when
that
he
should
got
have
out,
been out with it, shouldn't it? Really?
well,
Anyway.
probably should have been out with it. I mean, I thought the out with it too was the Wade bit.
Well, here we go. Wade has hit another 100 during the week. This is his third 100 now since he's been over there. They called him up to go over. He hit 114 and helped Australia reach 4 for 362. This is against their clash with the England Lions. So this is a lead-up tournament to the Ashes. So this is 3 100s now that Wade has hit since he's been over there. So if he doesn't get called up, mate, there is seriously something wrong.
Kawaja
with
did a
Australian
string,
cricket.
didn't he? Did a hamstring.
Yeah.
So, whether he can come back or not takes a while to get over that. So, but you've got to play him, don't you?
Travis Head also scored 130 not out with him. So they reckon that he's going to retain his spot. Peter Siddle, 5 for 33. So
Peter Siddle?
Yeah, over.
Right.
He's doing all right,
He's
isn't
doing
he?
well, isn't he?
5 for 33
You know
after
who he
17
barracks for,
overs.
don't you?
North Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2 fan after Ricky
There you
Ponting.
go.
Who else have
Wonder
we
you
got?
knew that.
Mate, that's why I talk sport. Marcus Harris, your boy.
Yeah.
They reckon that he's favoured to open with David Warner in the first test.
Well, that's interesting.
But Cameron Bancroft, it is interesting. Cameron Bancroft and Joe Burns.
Joe
Burns.
Yeah.
Who I was
Not George.
I think I'm supposed to have a talk with him next week.
George
but anyway.
Burns with a cigar.
died.
George Burns. They're also
We'd be
being considered as
110
well.
if he was still
So
alive.
I didn't even know Joe Burns was being considered for the thing.
No.
So yeah.
And there was who was it? Darren Lehman. I know you got.
No, he doesn't play anymore, mate.
No, I know, but Patterson, the bowler.
Yeah,
Not Curtis.
not
Patterson.
Curtis. Well,
How come you got Curtis?
well, they're new guys.
Oh, well, no, James Patterson.
Yes.
He reckons he's got to be bowling straight up. I'll just sort of let you know.
Thanks for that, mate. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
what else do you got there, mate?
Oh, just a bit of sad news. The cricket legend Ian Chappell, been diagnosed with skin cancer, and he's going
through
on
a bit of a
some
hard time.
intense radiation at the moment. So fingers crossed for you, Ian, that all goes well. But
Yep.
you know, playing across the subcontinent and in that hot sun, and probably not wearing sunburn cream and not wearing hats back in the day. So
We were
Now,
covering ourselves in coconut oil, weren't we, for 10 years?
We were.
We got slips
While
on
we're
our
while we're
nest.
talking about cricket, mate, I've got a little bit on our own Hurricanes. Jofra Archer, seeing he dominated, I thought did he get in that
I don't know.
side?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't know.
Does anyone know? Do you know the team?
Jofra
He did
Archer.
get in.
I'll check.
There we go.
Well, I'll keep going, and
See,
if you can
not
let us
only
know.
not only does he want to host with me, he wants to produce as well. Look at him. He's getting facts for us.
You gotta watch these young fellas.
Eh?
They know what they're
Next,
on
you'll,
about.
next you'll have a sign up in the audience saying applause. Come on, everyone, G him up. Come on.
Anyway, Frankie Archer, which is Jofra's dad. Oh, Frank.
Look at that, Frank.
Yeah, he but this is going back. This is a little bit about Jofra.
Yeah.
But because I looked into this, and at any rate, he was from the age of 2, mate. He picked up a little bat. And,
Yep.
He's
As
old
we
man,
all do.
as he did, and a little mini bat. And his dad reckons he was the next Michael Jordan
Yeah.
of cricket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at any rate, he
Michael Jordan. of
22
cricket.
to 22 years,
Yeah,
20,
I get
20
it.
22 years later, mate. He's dominated, hasn't he? The cup.
How does
World
that
Cup.
work? Michael Jordan of cricket.
It's like the Tiger
Well,
Woods
it's just
of car
because he's that
racing.
good. Okay, it could be the Jeff Payne. It could be the Jeff. It could be the Jeff Payne of bowling.
Tiger Woods of car racing.
Yeah.
The Don Bradman of tennis.
Well, it'd be the same result. They both pranged. Anyway, Jofra bowled. He bowled the dramatic over, mate, against the Kiwis.
You did.
In the last over, the super over.
Yes.
And he held his nerve, didn't he? So, anyway, his old Frank, he reckons he was 55, Frank. Not a bad age, is it?
Makes a good cider, old Frank.
Anyway, he just he knew his son was going to be pretty good, mate. So right from the age of 4, anyway, he told his son apparently back in Barbados.
What did
And
you tell him?
he said, mate, a
said,
scholarship.
"Son?"
You want a scholarship,
Yep.
and whether it be with England or with
West Indies.
West Indies,
Yeah.
and you've got to tell me that.
Yeah.
And so his son had to, Joffrey had to say that to him.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He got it.
There you go.
So anyway, his old man split up, unfortunately, with his their wife.
I better give him a
And,
tally.
he moved. Frankie was in.
Keep going.
that,
Keep
mate.
going.
Anyway, so this is how he ended up in England.
That was usually the
Well,
water was bad
people might want to know how did he end up a Barbados? Sorry, Barbadian. Barbadian.
A Barbados.
Say barbarian. I was going to say barbarian, but they're a rugby union player. Sorry. So anyway, Frank, he was off. He was in London, and he was an underground driver. An underground driver.
I'm going again.
Not a diver. And he,
Right, Jeff, you right, Jeff?
anyway, he
You right,
was.
Jeff?
Oh, sorry, Glenn.
You don't know where that's been, do you?
Sorry, go on.
Anyway,
Go
no.
on.
His father was in Catford in South London, and anyway, cut long story short, when they'd split,
It is, isn't it?
It is. And when he was living in England, he kept going back over and bringing his son back over to England and vice versa. Plenty of trips.
Yep.
And at any rate, he went through the courts over there and got his son back to England. So that's what happened. So that's why he's played for the English side. But at any rate, when he was only 12 or 13. He got in a side there, which was, what were they called? He probably cares. Blackheath. He got a cricket club, southeast of London.
Mm-hmm.
And his agent then said he had the best bowling action he'd ever seen.
He probably does.
And he was playing against men at a young age.
Mm.
And of course, the rest is history. So the thing is, do you reckon he'll come back to the Hurricanes now with all his fame and
I
fortune,
think so.
mate?
Yeah, I reckon he will.
And
when you come back to
and the
Tasmania,
other thing
come back
is,
over.
he's got to be playing.
The dollar's going to be there, though.
Well, yeah.
The producer just told me.
Anything else you want me to?
You're welcome.
No, but I always wondered how come he ended up playing it. So he was a young fella, always talented,
Yep.
And look, he's bowling. He comes off a short run, doesn't he?
He does.
And he's bowling around about 48.
150.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Fast. Yeah,
And doesn't look like he was going to do anything, but all of a sudden he just arm
yeah.
over and
So
off she
I
goes.
just thought people might want to know.
No, well done, Glennie. Well done, Glenn.
That's really, yes, I like that story.
Oh, no one's clapping.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
I'll
I
try.
liked it.
Try.
Back to the pub next week,
You
mate, I
need to
suppose.
talk to him over there.
Back to the pub. Okay.
Mate, look, there's so much going on. Right? It's probably going to go a little bit longer than normal, and everyone's going, oh no. But let's get into tennis because Wimbledon was on, and we all thought Serena Williams. Once Ash Barty, your mate.
Oh, go party. She's a great girl. isn't
She is a great girl. Once she got knocked out,
Oh,
we all
yeah.
sort of thought that Serena Williams was going to take it over and she was going to win a 155th Grand Slam award
Yeah.
and put another $6 million billion trillion dollars in a bank
She's a bit of
account.
a moaner, isn't she?
Well, Serena didn't do any good.
She didn't. She got beaten by Simona Halep 6-2, 6-2 in a demolition in the final. It was over in
Now-
34 minutes or something, I think. So
What,
26 minutes.
So, do we know what nationality Halep was?
Yeah, she was on it.
Huh?
So, it's
Croatian or something?
I don't know.
Do we know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Producer?
Anyway, she
No,
jump on the phone with that one. Jump on the phone.
Phone a friend. So anyway,
no,
Serena didn't win. Halep did. I don't know where she's from.
She's a European.
Hungary.
Yes, she's Hungary or somewhere, Romanian or something. I don't know,
something like that. But
And-
congratulations.
And she dominated.
she's probably not watching the
dominated.
show, but if you are,
So the big
congratulations.
Amazon didn't do any good, mate.
Stop it.
Right.
Anyway, what about the men's final? Did anyone watch it?
They reckon it was the best of all
You
time.
did? Look, he's all over it. He's watched it. He's watched the
That's the best
final.
game of tennis ever.
Come and sit over. It's a little bit like.
Come in the middle
it's a-
and talk about it if you want,
It's
eh?
a little bit like that other show on TV when what you get that. What do you do when you hit? You know what I am.
No, I don't.
You look like you're about to get some clay and start doing some.
Yeah, some modelling. Anyway,
all right.
Djokovic emerged victorious after the longest men's final ever. And I've just been told by a new producer / co-host / something that it was the best game
Of all
he's
time.
ever seen ever.
Ever. It was. That's what everyone said.
Did you watch it?
I watched parts of it.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I did. I watched a
Renee
bit of
said
it.
it was the best game.
She
ever.
did.
Yeah.
She did. Have we lost? Have we lost thing again tonight? Have we?
No, I don't know.
Don't know.
You're still playing.
Oh, well.
No, actually, all jokes aside, Federer's been an absolute star, so it's going to be interesting to see if Djokovic can stay around long enough to pass him.
I love the way you call him Djokovic.
Oh, he's a joker.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's a joker, isn't he? He's a joker.
Well, yeah, he's a joker, but it's
Djokovic.
Djokovic. Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
I know,
It's like
but
the way
I
you
call
say
him
Djokovic.
Djokovic.
I know you do.
But he
I know,
jokes all the
I know.
time.
Yeah. So the final set went for more than 2 hours. 2 hours.
Yes. What was the score, Jeff?
It was 7-6, 1-6, 7-6, 4-6, 13-12.
And they reckon they're never going to do that again. They'll never go that long, will they?
Well,
That 13, the 13-12.
well, they suppose they could
There's
go
meant
to
to be a
some
cut-off point, isn't there?
stupid super goal or super point or super something
yeah.
that ruins the game.
Over 5 hours.
Yeah.
Go and ask the
Yeah.
English guys. Not the English guys, the Kiwi cricketers. They'll tell you the same thing.
Do you think? Oh, that's conversation for another time. Just remind me to bring that up
Do you
in
think that's a conversation
No,
for
I
another
just
time?
wanted to talk about super goals and the World Cup, a super over, and all that sort of stuff.
well,
Should something with such prestige be won over a super goal or a super over or a super Sam or a Superman or whatever, you know?
No.
Let's talk about that later.
Superman.
Ash Barty looks like she's going to increase her rankings on the world #1. So when we thought she lost in the
How does
fourth
that
round,
work? Do we know? We don't know, do we?
she's just got enough points to keep in front of second place, which is
Naomi Osaka.
She's
like a golfer.
she does. She's got 348 points on her. So
Wow.
obviously she had a better tournament than Naomi, so she's actually increased her ranking. So it looks like our young Ash Barty will go into Christmas time, we're talking, as world number 1. So
Okay.
well done to young Ash.
What? She's a star, mate. Basketball. What have you got there, mate?
Ben Simmons. We've spoken about Ben Simmons last week. Corey was here, and he has signed the deal. He's now on 200. He's a $241 million man. Or what it is.
Do you know what that? But he's on 5. What's that work out? 5,000.
Lots.
They are, isn't it?
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
5,000 now. That's why he's sleeping. that is true. I've worked out he's on 5,000 an hour while he's sleeping.
But he's reneged on the World Cup,
Joke,
the Australian World Cup.
I'll be dreaming of that too.
Yeah, wouldn't you ever? But more money than anyone can spend.
Yeah, and so he's pulled out. He's
pulled out, so he's not going to do the World Cup
not
with
gonna
the
do that.
Australians.
No.
But yeah, he's signed, and he's the highest paid Australian sports person now. Have I got that
And
right?
didn't we
I'm
report?
just asking if I've got that right.
Yeah,
I've got
Yeah,
that
that's right. And didn't we? Sorry, yeah, we have. Yeah, no,
Just-
he's right. Didn't we report that? And he got bagged. Do you remember playing in the before?
They were going to drop him.
They were going to drop him. They give him everything, didn't they? But there you go. He's got a great contract now, mate. So he was rookie of the year. Now he's gone.
Yep.
He's in the all
Listen,
best side.
I'm just going to quickly run through this really quick before we get close
Golf,
tips.
Jackie
because we're
Newton.
out. I just wanted to say, Jack Newton.
Star, wasn't he?
He's happy. Hey.
Odd sport too.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Geez, we like our word sport.
Sorry, Jack Newton.
Go Watch Sports.
He's really happy with Jason Day. Jason Day has decided to try and contact his old. I was going to say wicketkeeper. I don't know why, but he's his caddy. Yeah,
Williams.
What's his name? Steve Williams. Steve Williams
He was with
Tiger Woods, Raymond Floyd, Greg Norman.
Oh, Greek.
So he actually caddied for Greg Norman as well. He's retired in New Zealand, but he's going to try and get him back to help him out.
Raymond Floyd, champion. He was a boxer too.
Everyone loves Pink Floyd. So good luck to him, because that's when Jason Day was winning a lot.
Yeah.
He had this guy with him, and he's trying to get him back.
Well, he should do, because he's struggling at the moment. Mind you, I did say he was 1 under, didn't I? So he's in contention. He's just not got his game.
He's certainly not doing what he used to, is he?
No.
Anyway, guys, we've got a little segment on the show that our second producer,
this.
not that producer, but the other producer, right?
I like this show.
Yeah.
I like this.
Second producer.
Yeah, well, we've got a new one over here. All right.
Missed it.
And it's called Odd Sports.
love
And
Odd Sports.
It talks for itself, Al. Odd Sports.
Okay, I've got a quick question before I go to the video. When you guys were very sporty back in the day,
What do you mean, back in the day?
Can't you see how sporty I am?
what sort of training did you put yourselves through?
Oh,
What sort of things did you do for training?
We had a few of these, and it was harsh, yeah.
A bit of cardio.
Yeah, probably used to have a
Push-ups.
smoke at half time. Play football. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
How would you think if the training that I told you that this next person's done includes show jumping? What would you think?
Well,
Show jumping.
horse rider.
He's a
Horse rider?
horse rider.
Yeah.
Is it he or she? She? He or
It's
she?
a she.
It's a she.
No, no.
There you go.
No, well, he's just good. Still can, though.
Horse
Well-
rider, jumper.
She
It's the Queen Mary.
She can show
Anne.
jump.
Anne.
Oh, she can show jump.
and she can trot.
Yep.
Oh,
And she can go and collect some mail, and I'll show you the video. And then
she can click mail.
Well, that's a sport. Collecting mail.
So she jumps
her
over.
name is Horsey Girl.
Horsey girl. I'm scared. Now we don't get to see this, guys, so this is
just tell
new
me,
to us.
Just
So.
tell me before we go any further. This isn't in the Olympics, is it? Because everything's been in the
Everything
Olympics
else
of late,
is.
So
No, it isn't.
Break-
It
break
should
dancing.
be. It should be.
Break
Here we
dancing.
go. Here we go. I just don't know how she's going to go when she gets to a late age. Bending over.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
does she so she jumps over hurdles, does she?
We haven't seen it yet.
There she is.
Good grief.
It's a dog. It's a dog.
It's not a dog, it's a person.
It's a dog with her clothes on.
Is she married?
I'll tell you what. That's not Bigfoot.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. We're on here now. Sorry, excuse
you
us
go.
1 second because look, she does it.
Whee!
Good leap, doesn't she? Is this for real? Trots along the
Trots
beach.
along the beach.
My goodness, she's going to have a bad back.
I'll tell you what. It'd be interesting if you was a jockey. Anyway,
She gets along right, doesn't she?
She does. I wonder if she's got. She must have some strong knuckles.
Mm,
Yeah, she run like that on the knuckles.
that's weird.
That is.
It's weird. Well, she has her own Instagram account, and apparently it's going off.
Don't publicise her on our show.
Well, I haven't told you what her name is.
Good.
But I'm just
Good.
saying.
She must have strong hands.
She's not alone though. I saw a whole thing once where a whole bunch of people dress up like horses and they get together and they have their own little show, Equestrian Days.
Cosplay.
It's a new type of it's
Too much time on their side.
it's a new type of sport, Jeff.
That is sport? Is
You
that
said
sport?
you said all sports.
You
You
did.
said all sports.
Certainly, we said odd sports. That's
and
odd.
that was odd sports.
That is
There you
odd.
go, ladies and gentlemen. Just quickly before we go to Cleve's tips, I just want to let you know
Well,
that
actually, it would have been pretty good bringing in Cleve's tips after that. I guarantee you, what was the name?
I don't know. It was
don't
I would've
say it,
I
hey, I
would've-
don't want to know.
Funny Vicky or something.
Well, I would have backed her because I'm not doing any bloody good. So. She'd probably beat me on back in there tomorrow.
And is this
Hey?
going to go to Cleve's tips?
No, I've just got two quick things before we go to Cleve's
Okay.
tip. You all know Brock Lesnar from Ultimate Fighting
wrestling.
and
He was
from
a
wrestling,
UFC
WWE.
fighter and a.
His son's just about to come into WWE, but you didn't know that, producer, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go.
Ah.
All right, so
Yes, I
Brock
could have asked
Lesnar's son,
him, he'd know.
he's about to come into breakthrough into
What if
WWE,
he's
and
as big as his
also
old man?
a bit of cycling, Tour de France, the Franc. We've spoken about him here in the Froth
That's
before.
the currency.
Rowan.
Tore the dollar.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Dennis.
Oh, Rowan Dennis.
He's the world time trial champion, Australian. He just pulled out of the tour today. Got halfway through and just got off his bike, went to the fish and chip shop, said, "I'm done."
You did not.
No one knows why, but he just pulled out, and we haven't heard why yet.
He might
So,
have been tired.
well, you'd think so after
Maybe
riding
he was a bit
6
hungry if
days
he
in
went
a
to the
row.
fish and chip
Fish
shop.
and chip shop. But anyway, that's all I've got for
He
sports.
obviously didn't have diarrhea, mate. He was going to the fish and chip shop.
Why?
I don't know. He might have got more run. Anyway, let's get talking about runs there for a minute. Sorry, you're right.
Anyway,
we going on?
we do a
Would
segment.
be too tired.
Every week we do a segment here, and we've been doing really, really well if you've been following us. I don't know where we're at the moment, but anyway,
Oh,
this is Cleve's Tips. Who is? Who's got a horse?
Producer.
You've got a horse.
Not personally. Not shares in all.
Is it a Aussie girl?
There you go. There you go.
I'm.
You are gone.
There's a Shetland next door.
You are
Next week.
gone. Or maybe I'm gone. You do it. I don't know. All right, how are we going? What's happening here?
We're not really talking too much about Cleve's tips at the moment. We're not
What's the account
bankrupt.
look like
We're
then?
not bankrupt, but
The account is in the red.
we could be.
Every week I promote this and I say gamble irresponsibly.
Yeah, well,
All
and I have.
Not responsibly,
I've
irresponsibly.
been irresponsible.
Get on Cleve's Tips because he does all right. We're, we're
I have.
300
I've
bucks
been
up.
getting-
Where are we at?
Around about 140, mate.
God, I'm so sorry, guests. I'm so sorry.
But it's all right. We'll come back.
140?
We'll bounce back.
That's
We're-
not.
That's
not
about where we
low.
started.
Oh, we're not doomed. We're not
We're
dead.
not doing. We're not dead yet, but we could be after tomorrow's tips. But at any rate, I've gone for some real. Actually, we've gone for favourites.
Uh-oh.
We're going to make $10.
At any rate, it's not my mother and it's not your mother, but it's Sylvia's mother.
Oh, it's Dr. Hook.
Yeah, Sylvia's mother.
Said.
Yeah, race.
Sylvia's busy.
Race 7. No, that's
Mr. Quickie.
that's Cleve's. Oh no, Mr. Quiggy.
Sil-
Great horse. That's Cleve's Monty there.
Race 7, horse 1.
So put your house on that.
Why do you got
20
230 on it? What's 230?
a fixed.
Oh, $2.30.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll be putting 20. We'll be putting 20 on that. Randwick Randwick. We're jumping straight off Flemington. 'cause
You've
I
cut
don't
these
like
down,
that.
haven't you?
Yeah,
Right,
race 2, horse 4,
Ha!
Mr. Wong.
Ha, hello.
440. Jay Collette's on him. We'll do him at fixed. So
Right,
I
lace.
actually put this on already.
Yeah.
It was early, so we get. And then race 3, horse 3, Sir Elton. We put a bit on him too. So he's on fire at the moment.
He won the
it's
other
all
week,
just wins at the moment.
Don't let the sun go down on us.
So I'm only leaving it at that at the moment until I have a little look myself on the day, because the trouble is betting of late. Every time I go to a track, mate, it's been a little bit wet, and unfortunately, who they reckon's going to win has been. There's a little bit of problem with Cleve's tips of late, but not only Cleve's tips. The main guys, mate, that know who's who. They're not picking it. They're not picking winners.
Let's just ask a question, and we'll write this down, because our second producer
So
out here.
that lady that you
got
mentioned
shares
on
in the
that,
horse.
I reckon we should have.
Horsey girl.
What's the name of this horse?
Fion La.
Who was it?
Fion La.
Fion La.
FIONNLAIGH.
And that's it. Is that up north or that's here?
It's down here.
Down here,
down here.
Elwick?
Fion La.
Fion La.
Where they're holding that out at 7 Mile?
It's out at, it's out at Oatlands at the moment.
Oatlands? South Oatlands.
All right,
Just an operation.
we'll keep a little eye on
Okay.
that one.
It's
All
on
right.
race for a couple of months.
Little bit
That's
of
all right.
audience.
Okay, so it's only a...
Audience microphone.
Is it grey?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
it's a
Oh,
grey.
I love
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
it. Everyone
grey.
loves a grey. Everyone loves a grey. Rightio.
So can I sell my house yet?
Yes.
No, don't sell my house.
Now, just before we finish up, guys, I just you would have seen the heading on the show tonight was a dart, not the dart, G or GG or.
It's a bloody highlighter.
If you haven't seen,
The back end of it was on fire.
World Darts is coming to Australia
Love
again,
darts.
and I love my darts. All right, Brisbane on the 10th, 9th and 10th of August, and then Melbourne the week after, I think. So
So they're
it's
going to
gonna-
fly us up with it.
Well, we might have a start, mate. The way we've been throwing the darts. So, but
Do darts get a sponsorship?
what? No. So you're coming with us, I'm gathering.
Well, 8 ball doesn't, so why don't darts?
Well, no, that's
Oh,
right.
bugger it, we'll all go.
Yeah.
We'll just go up.
So we're all going to go to the darts, guys. All right, we're going to
Where are we
Melbourne.
going to?
Go
Brisbane?
for a weekend.
Melbourne.
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 For a weekend. We'll go watch the darts, sit in the crowd with our costumes on, and sing songs and
Have a few froths.
watch the best in the world play darts.
Yeah,
That would be
be
fun.
good.
Is he producer?
Anyway, yeah, producer, we're there or
Will the
not?
wizard be there?
But
Eh?
you're not allowed to talk.
The wizard will be there.
Oh, yeah, you
Kyle
will.
Anderson
You're not
will be
allowed to
there.
make any noise, though.
Yes,
eh?
you are.
Gary Anderson, Michael
Yeah,
Van
they go off.
Gerwen,
Oh,
all
Yeah.
of them. Oh,
I
you,
like golf.
you yell and scream,
take
mate.
Yeah.
our banners and all that.
I went and watched the women's golf once,
Mm.
and you couldn't whisper a thing. But
No.
Yeah, darts.
No, I
scary.
played in that tournament, the women's golf. Anyway, that's all you got time for tonight. I hope you had a great week. Have a great weekend. Thank you to the live audience for coming in this evening.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's it. Like for we've got our other show.
Yeah, so don't
So
forget.
don't forget to mention that.
Yeah, so next week we've got Roger Pottlezak. He's going to Pottlezak. He's our interview, so he won't be on
Great
live.
mate. And he's looking forward to it too.
He is. And then the week
So,
after we're having a bit of a rest there, Glennie.
A little rest.
Yeah,
Turn over to watch the Bombers right now.
bit of a line down, sleepy. Yeah, so get on to the football tonight. Get on the Bombers and Adelaide. Good
So
luck.
all you people out there, subscribe. Write in, give us your thoughts, not thoughts. Bag, whatever you want to do. So, any rate, all the best to certainly won't be
Sylvia's mother.
Sylvia's mother, Mr. Wong and Sir Elton, and if
Mr.
they don't
Wong.
win, well,
Always.
we've got to find out what that.
Yeah.
I want to, wherever she's from, we're going to get her over, and she can run a bloody Randwick or Flemington, mate. We'll just run her down the straight. Did you see how far she was going?
I did. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.